Hello, welcome back to Dave's Automotive Services. Today I'll be working on a 2013 Ford Explorer. It's a 2013 Ford Explorer with a 3.5 liter engine in there, and I will be replacing the alternator. The customer brought it in, alternator is frozen, and the belt was already off. So that's the belt right here. He came in with the belt already off. So if you need help putting the belt on, just hit me up and I would help you out with the belt routing and how to put it on. But that's what I will be replacing today, the alternator. Um, so let's get to work. First of all, you want to make sure you disconnect your battery, right? Because you're going to be working on an alternator cable. You want to make sure your negative side of the battery is disconnected. So do that. Also, make sure you got a bucket or something underneath the radiator to collect the coolant, because you're going to be taking the radiator hose off. So you're going to have coolant coming out. So make sure you got something to collect the coolant. All right. So let's start by taking off the air box. All right, the air intake. Let's go ahead. First of all, let's go ahead and unplug the mass airflow sensor over here. The plug is underneath. It has a red tab, locking tab. Make sure you pull that red tab back before you can unplug it. Okay. All right. So this is it right here. This is the red tab. You have to pull back first before you can unplug it. Okay. Then go ahead and undo the clips. That's one here, one there. And also just go ahead and loosen the clamps. I want to do it on both sides. And then the hose, the breather hose, make sure you slip it, right? You push it backwards and then you pull. All right. So that is disconnected as well. So now you're ready to pull the intake hose out. All right. Let's do this box first. Okay. And we can set it on the side. And let's do this one as well. Put it on the side. Let's go ahead and get the air filter out. Okay. Now to take it out, you're gonna have to undo two screws, two bolts right here. That's one right here, and the other one is over here. It's 8mm bolts. You want to undo those before you can pull the whole box out. Alright, I did that already. So now this is ready to come out. You're gonna have to pull on it a little bit to get it out of the place. Set it somewhere. Okay. The next thing we want to do is we want to move this cover a little bit back. You can take it off. Yeah, it will be helpful if you could just take the whole upper cover off. But I would just wedge it over here for the time being. Now we're gonna have to go ahead and take the hose, the radiator hose off. Unclamp it. All right, this is a clamp over here. Squeeze it together and just move the radiator hose. All right, just like I said, make sure you got something underneath the vehicle to collect your coolant. Go ahead and wedge it somewhere for the time being. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and take the fan off. You got to remove the fan, right? The fan got two bolts, two 8mm bolts. One is over here, right here, all right, and the other one is on the other side over there. All right, so get your 2mm bolts off, right? I already loosened it, so let's just get them off. Let's get the other one off as well. So that's it right here. Put it on the side. Now you're gonna have to make sure you get all the clips. The wiring harness is kind of hooked up to the fan, so make sure you get the harness off, right? And then you're gonna have to unplug the connector going to the fan. So this is one of the fan, okay, and that's the connector down here. Unplug it right here, move it out of the way, and do the same thing on this side as well. Okay, so that one is unplugged as well, so you can just move the harness out of your way so you can pull the fan off. Okay, so this fan is ready to come out. Okay, so that's the fan right here. Alright, so you can set the fan outside. Now, you know exactly what you're working at now. You can see everything clearly. So that's the alternator right here. Alright, alternator right there. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna unclip the plug going to the back of the alternator. Just squeeze it and unclip it. And then the next thing is you're gonna have to take the cable, positive cable going to the alternator out. It's right here, 13mm nut. So get your 13mm nut, put it on there, and take that off. Okay. Alright, put it on the side. Now what you're gonna do is, now you can take the two bolts holding the alternator out. Okay, the top bolt and then the bottom bolt. So the top bolt is well, both of them are 15mm bolts. So if you follow it over here, you can see there's a stud sticking out, right? There's a long stud sticking out, so you need to get a 15mm deep socket to take the upper bolt out. Okay, so that's it. Put it on the side, and then the lower as well. You follow it all the way down. You're gonna see the bottom bolt is a 15mm as well. Once you take that out, the alternator is getting ready to come out. Okay, so right there. Okay, so this thing is getting the lower bolt is getting ready to come out as well. So that's it right here. That's a long bolt. That's a long bolt. All right, so we can put that on the side. Now the alternator is getting ready to come out. You gotta get a pry bar and gently pry it to move it out. Yeah, you gotta be gentle about that. Okay, just move it, rock it back and forth. Okay. All right, guys. So one of the steps I forgot to tell you is you're gonna have to recover your refrigerant. Okay. Recover your Freon from your AC system, because this hose right here, this hose will need to come out. You will need to take this hose out before you can get the alternator out. So just make sure you have the proper machine to recover all your refrigerant or your Freon out, so that you be able to take this AC line out, right? Because it's sitting right in front of that alternator. I already did that. I recovered all the refrigerant, so I'm just getting ready to take it out. It's a 13 millimeter nut that goes on there. So all you got to do is to take it, take the nut, and then you'll be able to remove the AC line right in front of the alternator, so you can get it out. All right, so as you can tell, that's it right here. That's the AC line. I just took it out, so kind of makes everything free. Now you should be able to take the alternator out. Okay. It's coming out. Okay. Alright guys, so that's the alternator. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the other one in there. And basically it's gonna be the same way that I took the old one out. Alright, so thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and also don't forget to like this video if it's helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye bye.